दो और दो का मेल हमेशा चार कहाँ होता है. These are two lines from a very famous ghazal by the ghazal king Jagjit Singh. If we translate this in English, it means that in life 2 plus 2 is never always 4. For the simple reason, life is not a math. Or we can put it in this way, in life's mathematics, there's a lot of space for philosophy and not much for logic in science. Hello people, welcome to the second capsule of the Shrudeep Chatterjee Show. A life without problems is like a dinner without wine. If you think your life would be linear, then you're mistaken. Because life's graph is always going up and coming down, going up and coming down. Because that is exactly how a life is defined. If you do not have problems in life, then life ceases to exist. What is important here is not that as a person you're not falling at all. What is important is that as a person you're rising every time you fall. That is life all about. Life will throw its challenges. It's like playing chess with life. You and your life are two different identities, and throughout your journey of life, which means till you're alive, you're always playing a game of chess with life. Life is trying to beat you at all times, and you are trying to defend yourself, or maybe beat life once a while. See, we all know who wins at the end, but the idea is the journey. So it is very, very important that you solve your own problems. My dear friend, nobody in the world will be able to solve your problems. It has to be you. You are the one who have to be the solution giver. Even if it's a fallacy, you have to solve it. I'll tell you a short story, a very favorite of mine. It's a folklore. So in one of these fictitious villages in the state of Rajasthan, there was this very old man who was dying, who was on the deathbed. Very poor man. So just before dying, when he's realizing that he's about to die in a while, he called his 3 sons and told them in a very faint voice, he was dying, that my sons, I am sorry, I do not have anything that you can inherit after my death. All I have is 17 camels. 17 camels is all I have as property. So please distribute these among yourselves. So he calls the elder one and says, you take half of the camels. To the middle one he says, you take 1/3 of them. And to the the youngest one, he says, you take 1/9 of them. And then he closes his eyes and dies. Next day, when all the 17 camels were standing, the three sons were scratching their heads. How do I do half, 1/3 and 1/9 of the 17 camels of property that Dad has left us? They couldn't find a solution at all. So then they called somebody who has a solution for everything. So this person says, don't worry people, I will be there in your house next morning, early morning. Take a shower, keep the camels, I'll come and I'll solve your problems. The next day, this man comes with his own camel. He makes the camel stand next to the 17 camels. Then he calls the elder son, he says, your share is half, right? So you take 9 camels. The middle son is called and said, your share is 1/3, so you take 6 of them. And the youngest one called and said, your share is 1/9, so you take 2 of them. And then he takes his own camel, and leaves the place. See, don't try to calculate how it is done. It's a fallacy. It's a mathematical fallacy. But what is important here is that the problem has been solved. All the three sons are happy because they've got their shares as per the dad. And the guy who sort of vanished within a minute of this event has solved the problem. So, my dear friends, this is life all about. Life will throw its challenges. You have to throw back the challenge at life, always trying to find a solution for any problem which might come. That is all, dear friends. My 5 minutes are over. I hope this capsule helps you in application in your day-to-day life. Thank you so much. Ciao.